Okay. I'll take that, I guess. Oh, that's a clip. Oh, damn, that could have been so nice. Damn, dude. Okay, I'll take that. Whoa, what? What? I didn't mean to do that! Hello everyone, The Bright Gamer here. I'm going to be giving my feedback for the game. I'm going to be explaining what I believe should be changed. I'm going to be talking about what was done well and what was done horribly wrong. And I just want to point this out. I'm not very good when it comes to commentating over this stuff, especially when it comes to long commentaries. I kind of suck at it, so do bear with me. So let's just start with the cons first. And unfortunately, there's more cons than pros. The first con is recoil. Both visual and actual recoil, too much. The visual recoil makes it hard for you to see enemies. It obstructs your vision way too much. And the actual recoil is also too much as well. Even for the recoil for like the M4 was a decent amount. And it makes it hard to stay on target. And it's not me sucking horribly at recoil control. I'm pretty confident and pretty certain that my recoil control is pretty good. I've used guns with a lot of recoil before, and I've been able to manage them just fine. So they need to tune the recoil for sure, both visually and the actual recoil. And another thing that goes hand in hand with the poor vision is the gun smoke and the explosive smoke. Way too much. The emulsive flash when you fire a gun and the smoke that comes off of your gun makes it really hard for you to see enemies and it makes it hard to keep track of enemies while you're firing at them. You need to tune that down. They need to fix that. Enemies in general are hard to see, and enemies blend in like the map very well. Just the general visuals is not very good. Both with the weapon smoke, both with the recoil, and also with the in general vision of being able to see enemies. Alright, and the next thing is battle hardened and EOD are weak. Again, they are pretty much the same exact strength as in NW 2019, which is unfortunate, because battle hardened in NW 2019 was really fucking weak. And EOD, although it helps, it's not strong enough in my opinion. I had one situation to where I got direct impacted by a frag grenade. And when you get direct impacted by a frag, it takes like 1 point of health away from you. So you drop down to 99 health. And then the grenade blew up, and then it killed me. And I was like, okay, what the fuck? I have EOD on. How did I die? And then I saw that I got direct impacted by a grenade, and I realized, wow, that's how I died. So if you're not on 100 health, if you're not on full health and you get hit by a grenade with EOD, there's a decent chance that you'll probably die. Which in my opinion is stupid. Because in literally every other Call of Duty, when you get hit by a grenade with EOD or flak jacket, it'll take like maybe half of your health away. And you can still take like 1 or 2 more shots before you die. That's how it was in every other Call of Duty. But it's not like that in NW 2019 or in NW 2022. So if they can buff Battle Hardened and buff EOD, that would be great. And Battle Hardened sucks. Battle Hardened, it only makes it to where like instead of being stunned for 8 seconds, you're stunned for like 4 seconds or 3 seconds, which is stupid. Because being stunned for 3 seconds is more than enough time for you to die to the enemy. In every other Call of Duty, when you have Battle Hardened or Tac Mask, it will just completely negate the effect. I don't know why it isn't like that for NW 2022. It should be like that, but it isn't. But once again, if they can buff these 2 perks, that would be great. The next problem I have is the sprint to fire speed, and the ADS speed is too slow. there are a lot of attachments in the gunsmith that for some reason reduce the ADS speed and the sprint to fire speed. More ADS than sprint to fire. And the sprint to fire speed in general for most, if not all, the guns is really slow, especially for the ARs. The sprint to fire speed for ARs is way too slow. They almost feel like LMGs with how slow it is. And the only way to really negate sprint to fire speed is by bunny hopping around every single corner. But even then, sometimes that doesn't even help. Or by hard aiming around every single corner, which is not really fun. Because the strafe speed in this game is also really slow. And the next thing we'll talk about the strafe speed later, later up here. I'm just gonna say this right now. I think the shock charges are fucking stupid, or the shock sticks. They are overpowered, and they are annoying as fuck. It makes you waste your whole entire mag. There's nothing you can do about it. It makes you fire your weapon until the magazine is empty. You cannot ADS, and you can move around. You can look around at the very least, but it also sort of stuns you. And slows your, not stuns you, but it slows your movement down. And it's just a pain in the ass, dude. It is a pain in the ass. And they need to nerf this, in my opinion. They need to at least make it to where you can ADS, and they need to make it to where it doesn't waste your whole entire fucking mag. If it slows down your movement, fine. If it slows down movement, I don't really care about that, but if it makes you to where you cannot ADS your weapon, and you cannot, if it makes it to where you cannot ADS your weapon, and makes it to where it wastes your whole entire mag, that's broken as fuck. Because by the time the effect is over, you have to spend even more time trying to reload the next mag into your gun. So you're basically caught with your pants down for like 5 to 7 seconds straight, and it's super annoying. And that's more than enough time for an enemy to just easily push you and kill you. Yeah, you can pull out your pistol, but still, dude, you're at a disadvantage at that point. You're still at a disadvantage with the pistol out. So yeah, nerf shock sticks. They're annoying as fuck. Next thing up is, in general, the movement is too slow. Movement is way too slow. I know they remove slide canceling. I don't care to remove slide canceling personally, but the movement in general is too slow. The strafe speed is way too slow. The sprint speed is also slow as well. And the only really viable way to really be able to have any sort of movement is by bunny hopping. And that's really the only way. In my opinion, what they should do for the movement is they should increase the strafe speed to where you can strafe around corners faster. And they should make the overall running speed faster, in my opinion. They should make it to where you run faster. I feel like that'll be better as well. And I feel like they should increase the ADS speed and sprint to fire speed as well. That would also help with the movement as well. Next thing is up, footsteps are loud as fuck. They are super loud. They were actually louder earlier in the beta. They tuned him down a little bit, but they are still really loud. Please turn down the footsteps. If you don't turn down the footsteps, it's just going to be sort of the same situation in NW 2019, but in my opinion, even worse. The footsteps in 2019 were pretty loud. The footsteps in NW 2022 is even worse. You need dead silence to be able to move around the map without being heard. It's insane how loud they are, and I'm really hoping they fix it later on. And many attachments reduce the ADS speed and the sprint to fire speed, as well as increase the recoil. When I was trying to rank up the Lockman 7.62 rifle, a lot of the attachments either reduced the sprint to fire speed or the ADS speed. And I hardly got any attachments whatsoever that increased the ADS speed, or not increased, that improved on ADS speed and sprint to fire speed. Now, to be fair, it's just a beta and we were only able to access a certain amount of attachments. So maybe when the full game comes out, there will be attachments that helps to not increase, to improve upon sprint to fire speed and ADS speed much better. So maybe there's that, but just saying this right now, it's pretty slow. And the last con is Farm 18 and Museum aren't very good maps. Farm 18 is very campy. People like to camp on top of the rooftops, and people like to camp inside of the apartment. Just it doesn't play out very well, in my opinion. Not really that good at all. And Museum is very wide, very open. Snipers are going to like this map a lot, but the problem with this map is that there's like no cover whatsoever. There's hardly any cover on Museum. So you're sort of just running around and you take your route. You basically just hope for the best. There isn't really a smart way to play Museum because of how open it is. You run around and you hope for the best. There isn't really any strategic way to play the maps. There's hardly any way you can get behind cover. It's not very well designed, in my opinion. And I'll say the only decent things about NW 2022 so far, from what I've seen, is that the gun design is nice. I like the way the guns look. The weapon audio is also very crisp and satisfying. The weapons are very chunky. They sound like absolute fucking powerhouses, which is awesome. They sound like actual real life guns, which I think is a nice little touch. And I do like the way they're trying to work the gunsmith, but I feel like it could use some improvements. I feel like the gunsmith could be improved on by making to where attachments help to better increase the ADS and sprint to fire speed, or either that, make it to where it doesn't reduce or it doesn't give that much recoil. I just feel like they could just work the attachments balancing wise a little bit better in the gunsmith. But when it comes to like being able to like change receivers and stuff like that, I think that's kind of cool. So that's all my input for NW 2022. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay that is up on screen right now. Hopefully when the game comes out, it will be much better. But as it stands right now, I'm just going to say this. NW 2019 is better than NW 2022 in almost every single way you can possibly think of.